Thanks for tuning in for Eye on New Mexico. I'm Spencer Schott. This week we are sitting down with the new Bernalillo County Sheriff, Sheriff Allen. Thank you so much for sitting down with us today.
No problems. Thanks for having me.
So we wanted to get to know you a little bit. You're still pretty new in the role. You've been here about 6 months now in the sheriff's position, but you're not a new person to BCSO. You've been on the force for a while there.
Correct. Yes, I started my career in 1997 with the New Mexico State Police, but specifically with the Sheriff's Office. I lateraled here in April of 2001.
Gotcha. And so when did you decide that you wanted to go into law enforcement, working for both the state police and BCSO?
Back in, like I explained before, in college, I was an equipment manager for the UNM football team when I graduated high school, about 1993 through 95. And I have a lineage of law enforcement in my family, being my father, my uncle, my aunt, my cousin. But at first I was like, I never wanted to be in law enforcement. But as I was going through college, I would always see a bunch of players on football that would go to the Albuquerque Police Department, and they would come back and watch practice and stand on the sideline in uniform. So I would go ask them how they liked it. And then I was like, man, I kind of like how they can make a difference every day, how it was different. And they explained the job to me. So I thought about it. And when I was at UNM, I left and gave up my athletic scholarship, honestly. And what's kind of funny is I tested for the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office back in 1996, and I failed my stretching exam. So I didn't get in. And every time I say, no, I won't do something, it happens. So I said I would never be in the New Mexico State Police. And there we go. I failed my stretching exam, and I went to the New Mexico State Police, and here we are.
Gotcha. And you did teach at CNM for a little bit as well in the law enforcement. Tell us about that.
I've been teaching since 2005. I became a master instructor in defensive tactics and use of force. So when I retired here from the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office in January 2020, CNM, they were trying to get me before, but I kept turning the job down because I really loved what I did here. I was in homicide. But when I went over there for CNM, it was an honor because I'm able to, I've taught around the nation, but it was more specific there in the state of New Mexico, but various agencies around the state. So you get to see really talented people and then people from different areas of the state. And then you get a different angle of what they think about law enforcement who you're teaching. So it's quite a blessing.
That's good to hear. And how is your experience with state police, working previously at the Sheriff's Department, and then teaching for law enforcement agencies all across the state? How has that prepared you for the position of sheriff here in Bernalillo County?
You know what? When you go to state police, you have a case, unless it's homicide or something serious, you have the case from beginning to the end. And the question you have is how did it prepare me for sheriff is having to get along with different agencies and learning how they work also. And realizing that you have pride, honor, and tradition in your agency that you work for. You should always have that. But you need to collaborate with other people because every agency has a different issue, has different demographics, different problems, lack of resources. So you have to work together. Law enforcement's teamwork. It's a team effort. It's not a sole entity. It's just what I've taught forever is just make sure that you're not the weak link and that you're contributing to the people that you're serving. I think state police starting off that way and being thrown into the fire, that really helped me. And it didn't help hone me into becoming a detective here at the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office and a supervisor, and then also becoming an instructor. And once again, rekindling those relationships with people I worked with back in the late 90s, and now they're sheriff or they're a chief, and then their cadets are coming to me and they're entrusting me training their cadets. So that was a huge honor and was a very important role for me to take.
So you're bringing years of law enforcement experience into your office now.
Correct. Years of law enforcement experience at the same time, making sure that we're learning how to evolve. I don't want to stay so old school. I come from an old school train of thought, but I really learned how to evolve. And I believe going to CNM and teaching over there into the private sector and the college atmosphere, it brought on a different angle of teaching and how you teach and what you learn and the different people that you work with. I think that made my horizon broader, and it let me communicate and learn a bunch of different skills as we get older to learn different things in life, and that you can do things differently and you can be unique. You don't have to do the status quo, but it's pretty important to make sure that you're not only evolving, but speaking to different age groups that apply to the sheriff's office.
And so you brought up two very good points of one being able to evolve and change, but also being able to work well with other agencies. How do those kind of intersect with the sheriff's department?
They intersect because, like I said, we're here in the sheriff's office. We're in charge of the whole county. I mean, I'm the chief law enforcement officer of the whole county. But in that, it's like a donut. Then you have Albuquerque right in the middle, and then it branches out into the unincorporated areas. And within that, you also have federal agencies that you're supposed to work with, whether it be the marshals, FBI, DEA, or whomever. But also at the same time, as you leave that donut, you go to an outer casing of that frosting, is you have Valencia County, Rio Rancho Police Department, Sandoval County Sheriff's Office, so many different other agencies to where it is necessary to collaborate and communicate, because a lot of times we're dealing with the same criminal network. It's just a different demographic where they're at. So that's very important in reference to how I work.
And so you've been able to, so far, work well with the other agencies, the other sheriff's office, the police departments that are within your jurisdiction, all that?
Absolutely. And we've reached even further. I've reached out to sheriffs across the state because we're seeing a lot of different problems, different demographics, but rekindling that relationship with the Albuquerque Police Department, that's who we work closely with more than anybody. And then also with the New Mexico State Police, my alma mater, where I came from and where I started my career. That's important to me. Also remembering, don't forget where I came from. But state police has the whole state and they have jurisdiction. And all of those agencies have great tradition, great ideas. And I think that we need to mix our ideas to make one common goal and making everybody safe. And that's how we talk about evolving. And it's just not all about my ideas. It's about so many other people's ideas.
Definitely. I love that phrase of don't forget where you're coming from, but having a common goal. So it's kind of the bridges lead in a circle in a sense.
It does. Like I said, you never forget where you come from, and you see people that you worked with back, like I said, in the late 90s and where they're at now. But at the same time, you have to learn from your mistakes. And I've made mine. And you want to make sure that you don't let someone younger than you make those mistakes. And at the same time, don't make the mistakes that you even see things that go on around the nation. How could you do better for your community to make sure that doesn't happen?
Once a teacher, always a teacher kind of thing.
Pretty much always. It's just in my blood.
Always teaching on that. Well, thank you so much for giving us that breakdown of your background and kind of your level of expertise. We're going to toss it to a break right now, but when we come back, we'll be talking about how the first couple of months of your role as sheriff has gone and what projects you have been leading into. Stay with us. Welcome back to Eye on New Mexico. I'm Spencer Shaw, and once again, we are joined by Sheriff Allen, the new sheriff at Bernalillo County. Thank you, Sheriff Allen, for sitting down with us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So it is 6 months. We're in June here, so we're about 6 months, halfway through the year of your first term, or the first year in your first term as sheriff. How has this transition been going for you so far?
It's been going awesome, I would say. I love my job. I honestly feel so blessed being elected and the people empowering you to represent what is concerning them. I take that seriously. It's been great with the collaboration and seeing old friends, making new friends, like I said, collaborating and seeing all the issues and problems. I don't like to get down on us. There's a lot of negative things going on as far as crime. But my whole goal is what's the solution? There's always going to be a problem. There always will be. But what's the solution and what are your constituents worried about and what do you need to work on? So it's been going great.
Sure. And so what are some of those things that you've been focusing on so far that you say your constituents are worried about?
You know what? The data integration, the transparency that wasn't here previously, what we're doing, where the crime is at, what is the sheriff's office doing, what are we seeing as far as burglaries, homicides, violent crimes? It's very important. And that's mostly important just not to be transparent, but for our detectives and our deputies to work with a tool so we can make sure we direct on where we're patrolling, what we're doing in the county of Bernalillo, how we're collaborating, the issues that are weak where APD is answering a huge amount of calls. How are we going to be proactive all over Bernalillo County to start cutting down on this crime?
There's been a few programs that you've been spearheading so far. Can you tell us about a few of them and kind of why those are important to you?
The first one, as I explained, was data. That was huge. And that's still a work in progress. As you clean data, you want to make sure that you have the cleanest data possible. I wanted to look at technology. That's huge for me because we can all talk about how we are short on the people power that we have. You have to supplement with technology and also make sure that your deputies are happy and that you cut down on their administrative tasks. I want them to be out on the street being proactive, not being caught up in paperwork all day. That's huge for deputies and also for their morale. We're looking into the camera system. We're getting ready to change the camera system, and also what software do we have as far as just not report writing, but cameras, license plate readers, things of that nature to make sure we're honing in on the criminals, and also what communicates with the district attorney's office, because of course our cases go there. How do we better communicate with them and make sure our cases are adjudicated correctly? The next project was technology, was drones. Our air unit's down for now. We're getting closer, hopefully, to getting that back up. But everybody has a mistake of saying I'm getting drones and I'm supplementing or replacing the air unit. That is not true at all. What it's going to do is supplement the air unit and in terms help all of our deputies. So a great example would be if we have a wreck on Paseo del Norte, our traffic unit, if it's a fatality, they shut down areas of commerce for long periods of time. Having a drone map these out will cut down significantly on how long we have to shut that road down. For our special weapons and tactics team, to make sure that we're not escalating a situation, I want our deputies to be safe. What if we do have someone inside of a residence that has a firearm? We can see that with the drone and have the appropriate resources in there and slow things down. So the drone program, so many different areas you can go about, even for our field deputies, for stolen vehicles. Those are some of the projects to supplement. And some of the new units we created. Organized retail crime, it's huge. Auto theft. I told you violent crime, you have to hit it from different angles, and those are the root causes with property crimes on what is going on, and that even goes over and it pretty much intersects with the fentanyl crisis that we're seeing. So it's pretty much cyclical. You just got to make sure how you're doing it and make sure that you're using technology to supplement what you're trying to do.
Gotcha. I want to backtrack a little bit. You mentioned body cameras. You're trying to roll out some new ones. Your predecessor was very against body cameras for a long time. Why is it important for us not only to have body cameras on our deputies, but improve the technology that they have on them as well?
We're trying to build trust, and we have trust within our community. If you lose that trust, it's difficult to fight crime, because like I tell people, our community are our eyes and ears. And that's huge. You can't say you're transparent when you don't even have body cameras. And I don't even think that should even be an issue anymore. What I was looking at also for body cameras is the software and technology that we can expand on. And that's dash cameras, any type of technology as far as software like drones, where it's going down into evidence. So everything is in a nice bundled case for the district attorneys. So we make their job easier. Technology is where it's at. And you're seeing ShotSpotter, cameras, license plate readers. You have to look into that. And I keep talking about evolving. That's one of the aspects of evolving. You have to utilize technology because a lot of these criminal networks are organized and they're smart. And we have to be smarter, and technology is where it's at.
Technology is the way to go, and how to help out in all those situations. But another thing that you wanted to change, or you have announced earlier this month, was bringing back the Animal Cruelty Task Force. Why was that a priority on your list?
It's been a priority as long with the behavioral health. I think they go hand in hand. And why I say that is a lot of people with animal cruelty, those are the root causes with domestic violence, with violent crime. Everything you see branch out within violent crime, that's a red or an orange flag to where a criminal or a person might be headed, where they might be going, and also to protect the animals that can't speak for themselves. There's a lot of animal cruelty that goes on within Bernalillo County that people don't know about, and it's not investigated properly. And we need to make sure, again, our district attorney's office and our courts have a good case to put together to get those people off the streets and to make sure that they're accountable, or they can no longer own an animal. They said they can't speak for themselves, so we're here to speak for them.
Like you said, crime is cyclical. There's root causes that lead kind of a slippery slope. One thing kind of leads to another.
It does. And this Animal Cruelty Task Force, I didn't create it. This came from, at the time, Captain Andy Taylor, and I just got the phone with her before this interview. And the program went away, and I wanted to know why. And a lot of deputies have been asking. But as I was at CNM and doing other things throughout my law enforcement career, I saw all the animal cruelty and then saw the violent crimes and homicide cases associated with it. And everyone talks about, hey, we need to lock them up, put them in jail. I agree with that in certain scenarios. But again, where are the root causes and how do we stop it and how do we prevent a violent crime from happening? You have to hit it from different angles other than the arrest itself.
The last project that you've already put in place that I want to touch on here is pay raises. You announced them on Twitter, and I'm sure a lot of deputies are eager to hear about this. Tell us about what went into this decision.
I went into this decision, as I said during my campaign, and this is just being from law enforcement for going on 26 years now, is money talks, but money isn't everything. You shouldn't do this job for money, but you have to pay your people correctly. And everyone talks about morale, and you can say what you want. Morale is very important when you know that you can pay your bills and do something a little extra with it. But the deputies do such a great job that should incentivize them and to show them our appreciation for what they do. And I hope the community feels the same way. We have to compete, and that's just not within the state of New Mexico. That's our surrounding states. Everybody's battling to have more people on their office. I love quantity, but quality is more important to me. And pay raise helps with that. And it, pretty much brings people more interest into the job because they look at the hourly rate. If you're 20, 21, 22 years old, you really don't look at your retirement where you're going to be at 20 or 25 years down the road. It's pretty much, what am I getting paid an hour, and would I really like this job? And is it worth it for me to put my life on the line and get paid way less than I should be? So that's huge, and our morale skyrocketed. And I think, honestly, also to get the relationships back with the county commissioners, that was one of my main goals, to let them know what we're doing and be transparent with them and show them all the good work that our deputies are doing. And don't get me wrong, I know that sometimes some things go awry and you have some problems within the rank and file of discipline or something that you see on TV with excessive force. That's a very small amount of overshadowing what great work our deputies actually do.
I'm glad you brought up the county commissioners because we wanted to ask, how much money are you getting from the county to help bolster these wages?
It's come when you put in for your fiscal year, you tell them, hey, this is where I believe where our hourly rate should be. Here's how many people we're down. So you make sure that you work with all the fiscal managers within the county to make sure, I just don't want to say transparency, but make sure that the money is there and we can actually do it and it's sustainable. So when you talk to a county commissioner, I can't come as a sheriff and say like, hey, we need pay raises, but just go ahead and tell the community to raise taxes. I don't believe our constituents would really like that. So can you find that money somewhere internally, and can it be sustainable? So that was very important for me when I talked to the commissioners. They found the money, specifically where they got it from. You have to ask them. I just want to make sure we didn't expand our budget and at the same time have to raise taxes unless we really need it to. And I don't think a county commissioner would allow me to do that anyway. So I want to make sure it was something sustainable.
Gotcha. And so how many more officers are you hoping to hire due to these new wages?
A lot. Put in for us. We're recruiting. You know what? We're set for 326, and with retirements and attrition rate, we were down about 47. So it was difficult to keep up with the other agencies that were hiring that made a lot more money hourly than us. I'm looking at it's a 12 to 16 month project. So that's with laterals, at the same time hiring new cadets we're trying to seat 2 classes. I would love in the next year just to get up of hiring at least 30. We've always done at the sheriff's office and done more with less. I would like to be at 325 and 326. I did ask for 10 deputies over if we ever get there, because you have to factor in attrition and retirements also. So I believe, and so the people out there that are watching the show, it's important for me to get to a certain number for our Field Services Bureau and the patrol units that you see in the streets. That way we can make sure we're patrolling and directed patrols and having proactive patrol in the correct areas.
Perfect. Well, thanks for breaking all those numbers down for us. And now coming up after the break, we've talked about what he's done so far. We're talking about where he's going next and what goals Sheriff Allen has for the Sheriff's Department. Stay with us. Welcome back to Eye on New Mexico. I'm Spencer Shaw. We're talking with the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office this week, specifically the new sheriff in town. Welcome, Sheriff Allen. Thank you for sitting down with us.
Hey, anytime.
So we've talked about the programs that you've kind of got the ball rolling on, the changes you've implemented, but where do we go from here? What is your goals to change going forward?
2 goals, or actually 3. So like I said, supplementing with technology that I talked about previously. But behavioral health is huge. We hired a behavioral health manager. So we're making sure that we're responding to those calls appropriately. And with all the unhoused, the drug addiction, the mental health that we're seeing, that's a huge component of law enforcement for fighting crime. And what people want to know out there, and also why I was elected, is the crime epidemic we're seeing. We need to get crime down. People do not feel safe right now. I warned people about saying that crime is going down. It's about to get warm. It is getting warm, and crime is. There's plateaus, there's peaks, there's valleys. We have to be very careful with how we present data and be very transparent to people on that the crime is actually going up. It's going down in some areas, but then we look at the amount of homicides. So I look at all that, and I look at the news, and what a lot of people don't know about me is I read a lot of social media comments on different areas, and also the Ring app, and I see where that crime is, and I look at how we can direct patrols. But going forward, not just collaboration, getting the crime rate down and being proactive, and also speaking to the district attorneys and the judges to show them, hey, here's a repeat violent offender that I don't want on the streets anymore. They're re-victimizing the community. We have to stop that. And that's also making sure you have a relationship up in Santa Fe. So moving forward, that's one of my main goals. It comes down to that bottom line of people feeling safe and feeling that Albuquerque is far too violent.
Now, before the break, you talked about one of your goals was increasing transparency. One way you wanted to do that was with new body camera and other technology. How else do you increase transparency and really build that community trust?
You know what? Data and showing it on our website to be very clear with what's going on. If the crime goes up, I'm held accountable for it. I'm the sheriff of Bernalillo County. We need to figure that out. And I told you it'd be cyclical, and you'll have plateaus and peaks and highs and lows. But at the same time, being available to you, to the media. I try to fulfill every media request I can. I know you have deadlines also, but people want to know what's going on. If there's something in the news that day that's very important for you to get out that night, I try to make myself available. That's very important to me. I audit all my emails, phone calls, Facebook messages. Even when they're negative, people just want to hear a response or see where we're going with it. It's not going to always be pretty. That's part of the job and what I signed up to do. So I think that's a huge part of being transparent.
Sure. And what is one message that you have to the constituents that elected you? You've served your six months so far. Where are you going from here, and what do you want them to know?
We're moving forward, and there's so much work to do. We've had a lot of successes, but we have so much more to do. As like I said, I see the homicides that are going on, violent crimes. I don't put everything out on social media, and I talked about transparency, but I won't put everything out there because I don't want the criminal element to know what we're doing all the time. That's just not tactical to me, and it's also not safe to our deputies and our community. But trust me and believe me, you see a smile on my face, we're making a dent, and we're putting some bad people in jail, believe me. I'll put it out there at times for the transparency on our social media. Every now and then you'll see body cam videos from our PIO so people know that we are out there and doing things. I want to make sure we're proactive. I get so many calls each night. And please let us know to where if they're not getting a response from a different agency, we're there to help and supplement. We're not there to make APD look bad. That doesn't get anything done for anybody. We're there to be proactive in the areas where they're getting hammered with calls. And believe me, they are. Northeast, Southeast, TAC plans. We put a sub in the foothills to push a lot of that crime out, and that's really working. So policing 101 and having a presence in preventing crime, that's what we're doing. And I guarantee all of you, we are working very hard at that, and our deputies are doing a good job at it.
Well, thank you, Sheriff Allen, for breaking that down and continuing your effort to work with us and talk with us and really let us know what you guys are doing.
No, absolutely. Thanks for having me on, and look forward to doing it again.
Perfect. And thank you for watching. We'll be back next weekend with an all-new Eye on New Mexico.